Guys, welcome back to the Shep Shift. What? I gotta be quiet. I'm too loud. Anyways, hey guys, welcome back to the Shep Shift. I don't even know. Let's just chat it up today a little bit. I want to talk a little bit. Actually, I recorded a couple videos for my subscribers on Instagram this morning, which actually was a blast. I'm actually having a really great time creating content for all of them. I need to have like a little intro video. If one of you guys are watching this, can you make me an intro video to the stream, like a 5-minute countdown or like a 1-minute countdown or something that's just like looping and random or whatever, majigger. That way I don't have to, you know what I'm saying, I could just go live and then wait for the chat to pull up. Anyway, we're live on stream right now. I might go live on Instagram too, just to start chatting it up and having a conversation. I have a Discord as well that people can join up. What is that? Hello everyone. I won't be active here much, but I digress. I'm making a new server. Bro, get out of here. Bro posted a thing in my Discord about his Discord. Bro, what the heck, bro? Get out of here, dog. Who are you? Who even is you? Who are you talking to? Chat? Am I right or am I right? Okay, let's go live on IG. Let's just talk on dang, I want to put, yo, baby DJ, what's good? How you feeling, my boy? It's great to see you. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? It's Tuesday, isn't it, bruv? Absolutely, bruv. Okay, let's go live on IG, DJ. I'm going to pull up, let's go here. Wow, Brad be looking so good on his Instagram posts. Let me just tell you what. This dude is creative. I like this angle and this song. I just commented that on his IG. Where's the link? Noti gang. Hey, what's up, Jackson? What's up, my boy? Good to see you, bro. TC in the Crizzy in the Hizzy. I can't say that. I gotta say TC in the house. User. What's user? Just at Shep. Dude, you guys are on Twitch. Let's go. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now. Also, they AI generate clips. That's actually crazy. Camera angle is tough. Let's go. Let's go. Look, bro, we got room to do activities on this thing. Look at this. Look at this. We got so much room out here. I look tiny, bro. I look short as heck. But look, we could just hit a push-up, you know what I'm saying? Hit a push-up with the clap in the background, you know what I'm saying? It actually does go kind of dope. I'm not going to lie. I got the 11mm lens on the Sony FX30. And I just wanted to be able to see the whole room. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, welcome to the crib. We're all here. I need to get a frame for my bed so it's not on the floor. But don't judge me. It makes you look long and short. I know up close, you look crazy, right? But then in the back, you're tiny. That's what I don't know. I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? That 11mm. I don't even know where it went. Okay, hold on. Should we go live on IG? I don't even know, bro. Let's pull up IG. See what the people. I gotta try to bring the people from IG. It's a work day. It's 1:04 in the middle of the work day. Let's see if we can bring the people. Did you film for the Army Parade? Yes, sir. I did, in fact, film for the Army Parade. It was actually really fun. We had a fantastic time. I was there for 7 days. My job was content. I was a content creator for it, and I did all the content for Cine Live. So if you go to the Cine Live account on Instagram, you will see it all on there. Okay, I can't be wearing the glasses. Can't be wearing the glasses on the live chat. Oh, I can't see now. Should I wear glasses? Sorry, y'all had to see all that. I had to just wipe my face. My fault. That was my fault. Do you do photography? No, I don't do photography. I just do video. I am a video guy only. So I gotta wipe my face. You know when you get like an oily face? You know what I'm saying? So no, I literally just did all the content for it. So here, look, I'll show you. So if I go to IG, if I go to, let's see, Cine Live right here, I did about 1 million views worth of content for this page right here. Cine Live broadcast. Focus up. There we go. Yeah. So I did like the last 8 posts, I think. Basically, once you start seeing views, that's what I did. Respectfully, of course. You know, the team does their thing. They do what they got to do. So if you need me for an event, if you need a BTS guy for an event, you know who to call. You know what I'm saying? I kind of fly me out to Elevation. I'll be your guys to talk. Bro, you can come shoot at Elevation whenever you want, bro. hit up Blue Amber. Her name is Blue Amber on Instagram. She's awesome. Let's see. Blue. She actually shoots for the Blue Amber Photo. She shoots for the Carolina Panthers. She's like the Bank of America in-house photographer. So any like event that happens at Bank of America, she's over there shooting it and hitting it. So she's cracked out. I'm not gonna lie. I drummed for my church service last Sunday. Halftime on I Thank God was funny. Bro, chill. You're trying to go halftime on I Thank God. That's wild. That is wild, my boy. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull up. There we go. Okay, we're going to pull up on Instagram real quick. See what's up to IG for a little bit. Send them on over to. Let's go live on IG. Do I like? I need something to hold my phone right here, so that way I can talk to IG at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I actually don't know where my I don't like this hat, low key. I don't like the look. Do I like the look? Nah, I guess I like the look. Well, anyways, let's go live on IG, and should I do the little filter for the background thing? Nah, let's just leave it. 8K. What does that even mean? Ultra HD? I look orange. Share with everyone. Let's see who's live right now. Subscribers. Practice. I don't know if you knew this, but you could practice on Instagram if you want to go live on Instagram. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Hey, we're not practicing. We're actually live on Instagram and Twitch and YouTube. Okay, hold on. Drop Q&A. Quick Q&A, chat. It's kind of weird going live on Instagram a little bit because you're just like right here. It's like FaceTiming somebody. What's up, homies? It's like we're on FaceTime together. That's kind of how Instagram Live is. But hey, we're dropping a quick Q&A if you want to drop some questions. Quick production Q&A. And I'm going to say quick, but it's not even going to be that quick. We're live on YouTube and Instagram, Instagram, and Twitch all at the same time. Everybody say all three. Yo, what's up? Yo, Jose, what's good? Prav, what's up? He said, hey, with the ... as if he's like kind of offended. Like, hey, why are you on my phone right now? Okay, don't ask me questions like that. I don't know. I just hit the live button because I wanted to talk to you guys. It's lunchtime. What are we eating for lunch? If y'all want to hit a quick little Q&A, let's get to it. Also, I need a phone holder just for this phone so that way I'm not like getting cooked. Anyways, we're live on YouTube and Twitch. We got the actual legitimate audio going to YouTube and Twitch right now. I don't know if I'm actually even trying to like, I'm not a gamer. Okay, last night I got on Warzone. For those of you guys who don't know Adam Shen, we used to work together back in Raleigh. Bro's actually cracked out at Call of Duty. But I get on COD last night on Warzone and I realize, chat, I am washed. Like, I think I'm done. I think I can't play video games anymore. I think I'm at that age. I'll be 30 next year. And I think it's time to hang it up. You know, I think I'm just going to go play role-playing games. Maybe I need to go play Catan or board games or something like that. But I think I'm done playing video games, chat, because I'm cooked. It's over. What is the best SDI wireless transmitter on the market? There's Wave Central is insanely expensive, but that is like the best wireless transmitter, Wave Central. Obviously, you can go with Teradek, Hollyland, or DJI. Hollyland and DJI probably not going to be the most bang for your buck in terms of reliability, but they also get the job done. Blackmagic or Sony, which switcher is best? A Sony switcher? I believe Sony switchers are like actual broadcast level switchers. So if you're going to try to compare which one's the best for broadcast, it's probably going to be Sony 9 times out of 10. But if you want to go Blackmagic, Blackmagic is the best bang for your buck, especially for churches and what we do in the church world. So I would highly recommend just, rock with that Blackmagic. Quit playing. And the Blackmagic ecosystem is insane. I'm not even going to lie. That ecosystem is actually, the LeBron of production is crazy. I should pin that because it's actually cracked out. Camden, what's up? May, what's up? Andrew, what's up, my boy? I need to come visit my boy Andrew out in Dallas at some point soon. But anyways, like I was saying, the best wireless SDI transmitter, Wave Central, or some of the higher end, super expensive stuff is going to be cracked out. If you want to go with the Hollyland, is it the Mars? The Hollyland Mars wireless transmitter or the DJI wireless transmitter. I've used both of them. I mean, they've both cut out at points and times. But I've also used Teradek, and it's pooped itself a couple of times too. So you should be careful with wireless. I mean, at the end of the day, having SMPTE fiber ran to whatever you need to do, or SDI, is going to be likely the most reliable thing. Shep, suggest some best crowd mics. Someone get Lee Fields in here to talk about crowd mics. Actually, no, just get Brad in here to talk about crowd mics. What are those little AKG something somethings? You need some form of a shotgun, and then you need some form of like a let me get everything. You know what I'm saying? So because again, you don't want to get like all the noise from the stage, but you need to get the noise from the crowd, the people, and the placement of the microphones of your crowd mics is obviously incredibly important to make sure that you're picking up what you want to pick up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have that in the wrong spot, so you're just over here like, this thing ain't working. SDI converted to HDMI doesn't show video on LED processor. Any help? SDI converted to HDMI doesn't show video on LED processor. Make sure that the input on the processor is actually set to HDMI. Which processor are you using if it's SDI to HDMI? Okay, what other budget for church live? I don't know. Cherish, what here's the thing with budgeting for church live streams is like, what is the purpose of you going live? Do you just want your stream on the internet? Do you want it for playback? Do you want it for like an actual YouTube source? Because if you're just trying to like put your church on the internet, there's 1.4 million churches on the internet, and there's a lot of them that who do things really, really well. So I would just start with the question, what is the reason behind it? If we just want to have our stuff on the internet, then I would just prioritize recording, prioritize a camera to just set up with audio inputs into it and record and then post that on YouTube. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're going to get higher resolution out of a recording that you can post throughout the week. If you want like your congregants to be able to participate without on days that they're not at church, you know, I guess you could set up like, you know, a super simple Blackmagic setup to be able to do all that jazz. Okay, what other questions? Best software for streaming? We're using Livestream Studio. Gabe, I haven't used Livestream Studio. Software, OBS is fantastic, so I'm currently using on Twitch and YouTube right now. But software for streaming, you could also use like a Blackmagic web presenter, FX9 or Z750. Which is more better? I don't even know what is a Z750 chat. I would go FX9 from a Sony standpoint. FX2 thoughts? I don't know. It just seems like a worse FX3. Is the price really even like worth it at this point from an FX2 to FX3? Someone in the chat tell me what would you guys go with? Would you go with an actual FX2 or an FX3? Because I don't think there's like, I would just, what is it? It's like, what is the, let's look up the difference. I don't even know. Someone go on ChatGPT and ask the difference between the two. But I think that like FX3, you're getting a full frame sensor. FX30 is what I'm using for this guy right here. FX30 is a APS-C sensor, so it's a little bit of a smaller sensor. Okay, look, chat is even saying FX3. There we go, chat. See, look, the chat's got my back. Y'all use the FX3 over the FX2. I don't even know why do companies come out with products that are like middle of the road, mid tier. It's like you kind of have a high tier, low tier, and oh yeah, here's like a product that's like super mid. I don't know. Why do we do that? Is that like a marketing scheme or something type thing? Because I just don't really feel like that even makes sense. But you guys are, y'all are good at it. Give me the reasons. Why would you go FX3 over FX2? What is the pros, cons, and like, would you go FX2 or FX30? Questions. Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? Danny, what's up? Good to see you. Andrew, Matt, what's good, guys? Great to see you guys on the live. Dario, what's good? Talking production tech. Drop your cute questions, comments, concerns. Yo, Rigel says FX3, but Rigel, why would you go FX3 over FX2 or FX30? Is it a price point thing? Is it a compatibility thing? Is it like, yo, you gotta kind of, you know, be like bang for your buck? I think at the end of the day, you gotta be smart with your dollars and make sure that your dollars are going like the furthest possible, whatever. Bless said full frame, low light. Okay, I'm also a fan of that. FX9 versus Sony PXW Z750, which is better for broadcasting. I would probably go FX9, but Shep, what's your dream camera? My dream camera? I mean, Ari is like the top of the line, top tier. Ari Alexa 35, I think right now, like if that's what you're gonna do, I feel like that's like the standard. You know what I mean? That's the way to go. Yo, Vortex, what's up? My boy was in the warehouse setting up cases. Dude, Vortex is an absolute beast in the chat. Vortex, I need to give you access to all the things. DM me once I'm off this live so that way we can link up and you can just make this thing poppin'. Because I got YouTube up, I got Twitch up, and we're on Instagram right now as well. So, okay. So what is your budget? I would start with your budget, and then we can kind of work from there in terms of what's a better or worse camera. I'm a big fan of the cinema broadcast side of things. Like, we need, like, to me, cinema broadcast is kind of the direction. I think it looks the bestest. And so if you're going to go with like a Sony F5500 or similar, that's like a full ENG body with a Super 35 sensor. But if you're going to go, if you're going to go another broadcast route, I'm probably not your guy. FX30 or FX3, there's no in between, is what Will says. Will, talk to him. Will, would you happen to be related to Taylor? KX or C400? Bro, what are these letters y'all are throwing at me? I only know what the C400 is. What is a KX? I need more fingers in order to be able to search things up while y'all are on the live chat. I mean, I'll probably go C400 just because it's the only thing I know. What is this? What is a KX? Share your thoughts on a tally light system. So Hollyland has a tally light system, which I wanted to try it out. A couple of you guys have tried out that Hollyland. You look like Chris Brown from Elevation. I'll take that. Shout out Chris Brown. He's the GOAT. A tally light system. Hollyland has one that's like relatively cheap that you can use. I need to sit up because we're on Twitch. We're on Twitch and YouTube right now, chat. A tally light system, no need to fear. Tobeans is here. Yo, what's up, Tobeans? Good to see you. A tally light system is really important. Sorry, I got absolutely ADHD'd. But yo, go podium. Facts. Call it out in the chat. I got to make a post about doing the podium for the president. It was nuts. Okay. Hollyland has a tally light system. There's another one called Quebi. There are some built-in tally light systems. Obviously, if you have an ENG body, a lot of those have like built-in tally light systems. But there's a couple of other systems that you can try to use that are relatively simple. When I asked about the Hollyland tally light system a couple weeks ago with you guys, and there was a lot of you guys who said you were having problems with IP addresses, along with like tying them to like multiple MEs. So just be careful if you do the Hollyland tally light system with a Blackmagic, whatever. You need to make sure that you are on ME1, and I believe you want to also make sure that it is over serial, not IP, because it seems like there's a lot of problems over IP versus just being over serial. So, do we have a future in the broadcasting field, or can we expect AI to be in broadcasting too? I don't think AI is going to be able to replace human instinct to the level that we are able to do like human things. Like, AI is good. I think it's great for like video editing, pictures, things, thinking, thought processes, like all that kind of stuff. But I think that we'll always kind of have like the human factor of transitions and the timing of things. And like, AI probably will get good enough to track a human that's like walking across a stage. I've tested a couple of things from Mark Roberts and other robotic heads with AI tracking, and they're like, okay, Vortex, I have a link tree on my Instagram. The link in my bio is basically like a link tree thing that you can use. What's the weirdest session? What are you talking about? Tripod and head for follow cam, unlimited budget. What would you get? I would definitely go with like, the Komodo X. Okay, Colby, that's very helpful context. Also, the chat is flying. I'm trying to keep up with all the questions. Y'all are dope. The tripod, you could get like a Video 60, is it the Sachtler Video 60, or the O'Connor, whatever the big boy O'Connor heads are. Vinton also has like a really big old tripod head that you can also get as well. But I think the heads are really important. You want to have a fluid head. You want to have multiple stops of counterbalance, it's not stops of counterbalance. It's stops of drag. And you want to be able to have multiple stops of drag, so that way you can like really customize kind of like the drag system. But O'Connor 21, is it the 2160? 60 head is really great. It just really depends on your payload, like how many pounds of a camera are you putting on your tripod head, and you just want to make sure that you're paying enough to make sure that that's like a solid tripod head. You know what I mean? What does your weekly workflow look like in a service? Weekly workflow, Jax. Let me give you like if I don't think your in your panels is correct. Oh, probably not. I probably need to update that. a weekly workflow look like in service? Okay, here's like in a typical ideal weekly workflow, right? What I would do, Sunday hits, it's Monday, right? Monday, you got to have like a little bit of a debrief, an evaluation meeting, if you will, with your team, just to be able to kind of go over the hits and misses, what we did great, what we're going to improve upon, what we have coming up this week, all that jazz. I think Monday's a great day for kind of like a recap day, right? Tuesday, you could take Tuesday and turn that into a little bit of a developmental day. And so that way, what you're doing is you're taking people to coffee, you're maybe bringing in volunteers to train, all that jazz. Wednesday, if you're doing like a weekly run through, Wednesday's a great day for a weekly run through, just to kind of like run through everything you got coming up for the weekend. Or if you need to do it, fixes, improves communication. Thursday, to me, is a communication day. Like Thursday is when, Brad's on here. Let's add Brad in here. Thursday is a great communication day. We're going to add Bradley in here. He's going to just say what's up. Thursday is a huge day for communication, I think, and it's really, really helpful and important to be able to get comms out to your people. Brad, what's up, dude?
What up?
Dude, guys, we got that. Oh, it like made my screen teeny tiny, itsy bitsy. Where are you at? Are you in a hotel right now?
Yeah. I'm in Lafayette, West Lafayette, Indiana, at Purdue, at our high school camp.
Dude, how many kids do you guys have at your high school camp right now?
I think like 3,000 or so.
Holy cow! I saw y'all were just putting in a vanishing wall, like an LED vanishing, like a whole.
A little row blow-through wall from our boys at Concept.
Dude, it looks so sick. It was like, oh my gosh! I texted Corey and I was like, yo, Corey, that looks super dope. So y'all have the vanishing wall. You're running disguise with pixel mapping. Something is Wesley there with you guys?
Yeah, Wesley's here. We got a D3, cooking, so it's a lot of fun. All integrated lighting and everything else, video. It's fun. It's cool.
Dude, that's so nuts. How many of you guys are in the middle of your like summer, high school, middle school summer camps? I feel like that's like for production guys, summer camps is like the thing. You know what I mean? Like that's like you gear up, a lot of energy and effort goes into these summer camps. And Brad, how would you like, because even I feel like summer camps are hard because a lot of times you want to keep it fresh every year. So you'll go to like a new location or a college or something. How do you kind of manage knowing that like summer for a lot of people is like supposed to be chill, but in the church world, I feel like it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like summer camps are always going to be crazy, like no matter where you are. They're going to be crazy whether you're proactive or whether you're reactive, but it's a different kind of crazy, just like hitting the boxes that you know you need to hit versus running around in total chaos mode. So the best way to stay sane is sleep when you need to sleep and prepare really well and then execute what you guys prepared. It'll be great.
How many days is your summer camp?
We got here yesterday and we leave on Saturday.
Dang, that's awesome. I'll be at Elevation's Youth X summer camp in 2 weeks. I think it's the week after July 4th. So I'll be down with the middle school crew. I'm an LED technician for Concept down there. So I'll be down there the whole time, which is great. It's like a 5-day thing. I think they're doing a worship night or like a album recording on the last night or something like that. I don't know if I'm allowed to share that, but it's kind of crazy.
I love it. Well, hey, I just saw you're on. Just want to say hey.
I love you. Bye, Brad. Everyone say love you, Brad.
Bye.
Bye. No, Brad's dope. If y'all don't know Brad, make sure y'all do know him. And I want to work with Concept. So back to the email. What's his name? Spoilers with Shep. Yeah, my fault, Toby. Just giving up the spoilers for Youth X. Yo, Carter's going to be at Youth X. Let's go, baby. Should we, okay, sorry. I got to get to these questions. What should we call the person who did switching? A technical director. A lot of times in the industry, that's called TD. Technical director is the person who's actually switching, pressing the buttons and all that jazz. And then you have like a video director who's calling the shots. Just finished listening to the podcast. Great stuff. Yo, thank you, Michael. Shout out Michael on YouTube. Listen to the podcast. Guys, we just dropped episode 6. We talk a lot about how to get good gigs. It's been a question that gets asked all the time, and it's a great question to ask. It's such a funny thing. It's a great question. So you go listen to the podcast. Let me know what you guys think. We talk a lot about that, give a lot of insight and a little bit of direction as well. How do you handle mistakes or issues during live services? Jackson, great question from Twitch. You gotta take note of the mistakes that happen, but move on quickly. Okay, so you do have to remember the fact that, okay, we just made a mistake. Why did we make that mistake? But then as a leader, you can't lose your mind. Don't lose your brain. You know what I'm saying? Chill, lock in, keep the team moving forward. You can't sit there and dwell on a mistake, because at the end of the day, you have a full experience left to like execute, and you probably have a second experience that you have to execute as well. So if a mistake happens, or when a mistake happens, you are in complete control. Keep a level head, keep the stress levels down, and just figure out the solution and move forward. That is the best advice I could possibly give, that you, at the end of the day, are the person who sets the tone and are in control of that whole thing. We just got back from our summer camp. We went down to PCB and did our own camp. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out everyone on their summer camp grind right now. Cherish said, why can't we see live after the session in Elevation Church YouTube channel? That's just the way that they have it programmed. There's a button called like playback or something like that. They just don't post the live stream back on the YouTube channel once they're done streaming it. You could go to, I think it's elevationchurch.online, and you could watch the full service back at that spot. But on YouTube, they post the sermon and they stream it live like 5 or 6 times throughout the week. So there's like a button on YouTube that you can press to like not allow, to scrub back, playback, live playback, or whatever. The whole purpose and point of it is to like, they want people to be engaged and attending church live, if you will, is kind of like the reasoning behind a lot of that stuff. So technical director often used in professional broadcast. Yeah, Playful Canvas. Thank you so much for the insight. How do you approach mixing a track to ensure clarity and balance amongst different instruments? I think at the end of the day, Jebin, you want the vocal to sit on top. You want the vocal to be ultimately clear. Like that is like the whole purpose of a track in a video, voiceover, whatever, and for the most part, is to be able to hear clarity from that vocal. Now, the technicals of how to do all that jazz and like embedding it in the EQ and pulling it out XYZ, talk to my boy Tyler Kirpsack or Lee Fields or Brad. They will be able to 100% kind of share some insight in all that stuff. But pro tip, when it comes to playing videos in Shep, I really like you. Hey, appreciate you, Jackson. Okay, when it comes to playing videos in the worship experience, one of the things that's really important to do is what I would at least recommend is to be able to break it out into 4 different channels, right? So you got 2 channels, left and right, which is your tracks, a 3rd channel for click and guide if you need to put that into a video, and then the 4th channel is a voiceover channel. Now, what that's going to do is allow your audio engineer at front of house to be able to make adjustments live. So if the voiceover is too quiet, you just push that fader up. If the track is too quiet, you just push the track up, and you can EQ those things separately for the PA. So if I'm a creative and I'm working in the production broadcast space, what I'm doing is I'm going to try to help work with the production team to give them the tools and the resources to be able to have the most flexibility and manipulation live in a setting like that. Now, that's not always the case, but if you have the ability to control that, I would definitely do all that jazz. So what's up, Jones? What's up, my boy? Jeremy, good to see you, my boy. Victor, what's up? Marseilles, good to see you. Justin, what's up, dude? Go Podium, send it. Fabiano, what's up, dude? Stans, good to see you. Lamont, good to see you guys. Sorry for a lot of questions, but what advice would you give to someone who wanted to grow in church production? And that's a great question. I think at the end of the day, experience and exposure are like the 2 biggest and best things that will help you grow, right? So, when you're in the gym, the experience of being in a gym consistently and working out the muscle groups consistently is what's going to get you better and stronger. So in the same way, I think experience in terms of doing something over and over and over is one of the best ways to get better at what you're doing. Now, church production is very unique because there are a lot of different stages, phases, and tiers of church production, right? Am I too loud? Okay, cool. There's a lot of different stages, phases, and tiers of church production, right? You could go from the simplest of forms to the most complex thing you've ever seen in your entire life, right? So I think continuing to grow in church production is also synonymous with growing in like real world production and real world environments and like load-ins, load-outs, all that kind of stuff. I think the more that you know technically, the better you are going to be able to support the execution side and the execution piece of a church worship experience, okay? And at the end of the day, it also kind of like aligns up with what you're doing and what you're like getting better in church production. I think it's very contextual because getting better and growing in church production doesn't just mean that you're adding gear to your gear list, or you're upgrading things, or you're getting a new console, right? There's a lot of different facets to church production because there's leadership, there's technical expertise, and then there's like execution expertise of an actual experience, right? So as a leader, there's tons of different ways that you can grow. As a technical minded person, there's a lot of different ways that you can grow. And then as an executor, there's also, again, a lot of different ways that you can grow. So it's kind of like deciding, which of those 3 lanes do I want to grow in? Do I want to grow as a leader? Do I want to grow as an executor? Do I want to grow as a technical person? Because a lot of times as a leader, if you grow as a leader, you can build teams that are technical and that know how to execute, if you are trying to lead into leadership side of things. But then also I think it's important to be in execution roles so that way you can be a better leader. So hopefully that kind of like, that's a long form answer, but hopefully that kind of makes sense. Sorry if I'm missing questions. Am I missing questions? Wait, let me see. When I use, it doesn't show. When I use Hollyland RX to send the feed to LED processor, it shows up. But when I use HDMI from Blackmagic, interesting, Mufasa. I'm very interested in that workflow process. Talk to me, spell out the workflow of that, or send me a DM. We could talk more a little bit about that. How do I become a camera operator for me? Well, I actually don't employ any camera operators, but one of the best ways to become a camera operator, I think, is just to consistently serve in church. I think there are thousands of local production companies and live event companies. Honestly, what I would do, I'll go ChatGPT, and I would look up live event companies in my area, production companies. I would go on LinkedIn. I would use my resources. I would tell ChatGPT, hey, write up an email to these operators, put together a little resume of what things that you've done. Church is the best way to me, church is one of the best ways to like learn and grow and develop in that area because it's typically a low pressure environment, but you're also getting reps where you're able to just try new things and get your hands on gear. So I think that's one of the best ways to continue to develop and grow as a camera operator. I remember being like 16, 17 years old, and I wanted to learn how to run a jib. So I would come in the middle of the week and I would ask the production guys, hey, can I go swing the jib around and practice with it and figure out how it works and mess with it? They're like, absolutely sure. So under the supervision, obviously, of leadership and people who I had asked permission from, I would come in and run a jib as a 16, 17-year-old kid, and learn how it works and learn how to do it. And eventually I got a call on like a Saturday night from one of the producers, and he was like, yo, can you come run the jib for live service? And I had never done that before. I had just been practicing. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, sure. I guess I could do that. Vortex, we're gonna have to fix that for sure. I was like, I guess we're gonna have to do that. Okay. And I ran it that evening. I ran it that night for that live Saturday service. And all of it came from me just showing up and practicing and doing things in practice. And then when it came time to like, hey, fill in or replace somebody, we made it happen. My boy's texting me to play Madden here in just a minute. Chat, I don't play Madden like that. I don't play video games. I'm washed at video games. I just learned last night that I'm washed at Warzone. Okay. I'm actually cooked. I can't play Warzone anymore, chat. I'm actually fried when it comes to doing any of that. Okay. Akai Professional APC Mini MK2 from Playful. Great job. Y'all, chat, I appreciate y'all answering each other's questions in the chat. I know y'all are here to talk to me and chat with me, but also I appreciate y'all talking with each other and chatting with each other on here too. Okay. Yo, Tony, what's good, my boy? You're great at Warzone. What you mean? I'm chill. Right. I'm alright. Trust me. When it comes to Warzone, I'm alright. It ain't nothing. I ain't got nothing to brag about. Okay. Jack said, appreciate the advice, how well you give it. But recently I quit. Well, I wouldn't say quit, but I am taking time off from my production team because I was so overwhelmed. For example, something goes wrong. It's my fault. I just felt used, if that makes sense. I didn't feel appreciated. If that makes sense for the amount of time I put into it. Hope it makes sense. Absolutely, Jax. It's completely normal. Here's the thing. You got to be able to sit down and have conversations with leaders. If you feel burnt out, if you feel like you're being overworked or overused, you got to be able to sit down and have real conversations with real people to be able to like prevent yourself from getting to a spot where you're like, I'm done. I can't do this no more. At the end of the day, it's not on your shoulders to make sure that the production is happening. You know what I mean? It's not up to you to make sure that like it's not as a volunteer or as somebody who's not getting paid to like do a role or make the role happen. It's not up to you to make sure that it's happening. So I think it's very, very important to have great conversations with leadership about where you're at, where we're going, vision, mission, direction, all those things, and frequently ask your leader, hey, what are some of the ways that I can continue to help grow? What are the ways that we're continuing to move forward? Because I think as people who are executing and doing things, like we got to continue to check ourselves, check our hearts, make sure that we're good, but then also like make sure that we're pushing our leadership and our team forward to think at a different level. Because Jax, I think at the end of the day, you feeling that way, you're probably not the only one who's feeling that way, but what if a conversation that you have is actually the thing that moves leadership and leaders forward to change something or to shift a strategy or come up with a strategy? I think there's a lot of different avenues there that can come from just having a conversation with people that you work with and people that you do. For our church, you have to be 18, but I definitely want to do a JIB. Yeah, there's a lot more stipulation regulations nowadays, I think. Yo, Blake, what's good, my boy? There's a lot more stipulations and regulations, I think, nowadays when it comes to operating cameras, but it's all about building relationships. I think at the end of the day, you build relationships, you have conversations with people, you ask questions, you ask for permission to do things. I think that's always a beautiful thing, is asking people permission. Like, hey, can I run this camera for this event or for a men's night or for youth night or whatever it is? Like asking to be able to do things versus just waiting for someone to ask you is oftentimes how you go get the thing that you're trying to go get. You know what I mean? We need a full live production workflow tutorial. Hey, I got you, Moti. I'm actually working on some of that stuff right now. What drew you to pursue a career in broadcasting? Actually, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I felt like at a young age, I started volunteering in the church, and I had been in the church for a long time, 6 years serving as a volunteer from 12 years old to 18 years old. And when I graduated high school, I was kind of like, yo, I'm not exactly sure what I'm trying to do in life, but I really enjoy this production thing. And so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go in, I'm going to learn more, do more, and figure out how to become a production director. Because again, I was kind of challenged by different leaders and people in my life who kind of like spoke life into me, right? And so what I did is I did an internship. I contracted for a little bit. I worked hard during that internship. I worked hard during that contracted season. And then I came on staff and helped launch a couple campuses. And so I don't know if broadcasting was necessarily the thing. Yo, is that Bryce? Did you make a YouTube account called Bryce Bartledo? Is crazy. Like I said, okay, it's ADHD. My boy got me on YouTube. Like I was saying, I think one of the things that for me is that I just wanted to continue to learn and grow, and kind of I enjoyed production, and so that was one of the things that I just pursued. And I kind of got into broadcast from that. Like one thing led to another. Hard work opened doors, relationships, conversations. Yo, Christian, what's up, my boy? Yo, if y'all don't know Christian, call me Quayar. Y'all should know him. He's one of the engineers at the Houston Rockets Stadium. Bro started out in church production, but now he's doing full-time broadcasting. Still in the church, still around the church and everything, which is actually really, really dope. But that's my boy. Let's see. I want to ask how to add a clock or countdown that's directly from ProPresenter to my Blackmagic ATEM HD so that we can keep time and know when time is done in the church so that the worship team can get on stage. I see Aziz, I think that's what you're saying. So what I would do, Aziz, is I would output, dang bro, went on 2 accounts. That was a burner account. That's crazy. What I would do is I would go a secondary output from your ProPresenter computer into your switcher, and then that is your stage display. Now on the stage display, what I would do is I would have that as a that would be like a clock countdown. You can add a clock onto ProPresenter, and you can set that to like do whatever it is. Another really wonderful clock system in production is LiveTime. So you could use that, download LiveTime, and you can actually do, it's like a network based bros on YouTube and Twitch. I'm about to pull up on Instagram telling me that I'm dodging him to play Madden. Okay, I'm gonna be on there in just a minute. Chill. Love you, brother. Additionally, LiveTime, like I said, it's a network-based timer, so you can actually fire it on the network, and then you can watch it from different sources. So if you have an iPhone, if you have an iPad, even an Apple Watch can have the LiveTime Viewer application, and you can use LiveTime wherever you go. You are a gem for Universal Media. Hey, Joshua, appreciate you. And I appreciate your kind words, man. Seriously. Have you used video Psalms? What is that? Send me a link, dude. Just DM me a link. I'm interested. What is video Psalms? Or actually just explain it to me. Let me know what it's all about. I want to start a career media production side, please. Please tell me I can DM you, please. I'm from India. Dude, here's the thing. Here's one of the things, even if you're from India, wherever you're from, all over that, do y'all need help? Yeah, I would email jared.olson@elevationchurch.org for YouthX help. I think Jared's doing it. He's one of the main producers. If he's not at Ballantyne, he's at Riverwalk. Okay. One of the things that I would do if I'm building a media company, if I'm trying to get into media production, I would start having conversations and building relationships with people inside the church, right? Because again, at the end of the day, think about this. There's no other place where a lot of like-minded people who love Jesus Christ come to in the middle of the week on a Sunday, and who like are all together. So I think if I'm trying to build a business or trying to start something, I'm joining a small group of guys, men, right? Business entrepreneurs, or maybe I'll start one, right? If I'm trying to start a media production company, I would start in the church. I would be like, hey, who wants to help me build something, or who wants to build like an entrepreneurial small group of guys, right? You get people who join up, you can bounce ideas off of each other. You can start to kind of like create a little bit of a community to help each other build and win. Because it's not all about like, hey, we don't all have to be production guys, but you could have different business-minded people who are in your corner and around you. But I would start to build that probably in church. I think that'd be actually a really great idea. Someone steal that. And then what I would do is I would continue to build relationships. And then if there are any contractors that your church works with or any local production companies, I would start to contract for them, apply to work with them, go, meet them, talk with them, all that kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, 99% of the gigs that you're going to get are going to be through relationships. It's going to be because somebody knows you. It's going to be because somebody knows of your work or knows of your attitude or needs something, a small broadcast or whatever that is. And then you're going to be able to kind of step in and help them get it done. Houston, I'm at NRG right now watching Beyonce load in. Yo, Michael, that's crazy. Christian Cuellar, he's at the Houston, he's at the Toyota Center in Houston. He's one of the video engineers at the Toyota Center. He's on Instagram right now. He's like, call me Cuellar. Christian, you got Michael Wiley. He's at NRG right now watching the Beyonce load in Houston. So if y'all want to connect, there you go. A little Instagram to YouTube connection. Chat, we're live on YouTube and Twitch right now at Shep. If you hit the link in my bio, you can pull up on either of these channels as well. It's got the better audio and the better camera. So anyway, okay, how do you build your skill set and experience to create content, and where do you get your ideas and inspiration? That's a great question. I've been creating content for a really long time now, actually, and I've just been doing it for years. And now it hasn't always been the best content. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I tried doing gaming content for a long time. I've streamed for a long time, and I've done a lot of different, like content pieces. Ideas are a funny thing. They just kind of come to you. I watch a lot of other, and what is helpful. I think to me, the best content that you can make is content that is helpful, something that you're an expert in, something that you have a lot of expertise in, and production just happens to be the thing that I have a lot of expertise in and a lot of experience in. And so I think that that's like a really important thing, is like, if you're going to create content, it needs to be something around something you're passionate about, something that you can like help people with. It's got to be either informational, entertaining. I like to be entertaining. I like to be funny. I like to make jokes. Like, it's just a part of my personality. It's like an extension of who I am a little bit. And again, you kind of have to like do it in order to figure out what your niche is, and you got to be consistent at it, and you got to change things up, and you got to figure out again how you do it. Bro, you should charge for this knowledge. Facts. Subscribe to my Instagram. I'm actually dropping videos on there right now that is much more in-depth than this is. What do you say his email is? jared.olson@elevationchurch.org. Hey, man, can you repeat the thing you said about Apple? What did I say about Apple? I don't even remember. Oh, do 2 outputs from the computer. One of them can be your main ProPresenter output. The other one can be your lyrics output. Okay, Vortex said, I'm in 2 churches. One is super small while the other is a mega church. I'm only at the churches once a week. Once on Sunday and once on the other one on Wednesday. But even that is a lot. I'm better at cameras than lighting, but I'm forced to be at lighting because of availability. Well, if you don't want to be on certain something, then I would create a plan. And this is off the dome. But if you didn't want to be, if you didn't want to be doing something that you're being asked to do, I would create a plan to like multiply yourself and have somebody else do it within a certain amount of time. Give yourself a deadline. We need more deadlines in life. We need more deadlines to be accountable for things that we need to be doing. Like if you need to be doing and building something, have a timeline and do it and build it and be done with it at a certain time. 2 months, 1 month, 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, 3 weeks, whatever you need to do. I think that's really important, again, to give yourself a deadline and actually get that crap done. Because if not, you're going to procrastinate. And you ain't going to do it. You're going to be doing lighting for the next 6 years, Vortex. Lyrics, prod should always mess up lyrics. No, fam, don't mess up the lyrics, dog. You're cooked if we're messing up lyrics. iMag versus online feed thoughts. Okay, sorry if I'm missing questions. I think iMag and online can be the same thing. Your content always teaches me more. Yo, yes, I appreciate you. iMag and in the room can be the same. I don't think it has to be something different, but I do think once you start cutting around for online for the sermon, I think we could do a lot better job with our sermon cuts. I think we go to sleep on sermon cuts. I think a lot of sermon cuts are really boring. I think the sermon is like the most important thing about the entire service. It's the most important thing is the word of God being preached. Why would we not want to put more intentionality into that we do over worship? We try to do all this stuff for worship, and that's dope. That's great. But what if you like made the sermon even better and you cut the sermon and intently cut the sermon to make sure that it's like on point and that it's dope and that it's cut like to a way that's like engaging and makes people be like, oh yeah, bet, I'm trying to watch that. I'm trying to pull up on that and sit around, you know what I'm saying? Engage people in that worship. But then iMag, I mean, I think your online content on have you used OBS? I'm currently using OBS right now for to stream on YouTube and Twitch. Should I cut or fade for transitions? Is there I would cut. I'm a big cutting fan. I think dissolve. Okay, here's when you cut versus dissolve or fade. Cutting, but you always cut between cameras. My opinion, I mean, I could be wrong, but I would always cut between cameras and I would dissolve in and out of transitions. So like videos or things like that. But if I'm going camera to camera, I'm cutting all day long. Now, I've heard broadcast guys have a little bit different of a philosophy. No, doesn't depend on music. I don't think it depends on music. If I'm cutting fast, slow, medium song, I'm cutting a song, I'm cutting it. I'm not going to change cuts between fades per song. I feel like that feels a little bit cheesy. I think if you create the standard, you just do the thing. If you're going to fade. If you're going to cut. I just think cutting is just better. Not for iMac online only. I wouldn't cut. I wouldn't change up. Yeah, I wouldn't fade on iMag at all. I would just cut on both. I don't know. That's just me. But I think it's at the end of the day, it's also all about transitions. But a lot of broadcast guys actually prefer that you wipe or dissolve to wider shots because it's like an easier on the eyes thing. I'm actually really curious to like learn more a little bit about that. But I think like the difference between cutting and dissolving, to me, I'm cutting cameras and I'm dissolving in and out of transitions. Notes because we only fade. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like fading is just like, I don't know. It just feels weird. I don't know if I'm doing like a parade or like a big fun TV broadcast. Like I want to cut action. I want to cut between different things. Yo, Aaron, what's up, my boy on YouTube? Guys, I got the YouTube and the Instagram chat up. I got the YouTube and Twitch chat up right now. We got better audio on YouTube. We got better audio on Twitch. And my Instagram homies are just... Instagram is not the streaming platform. Let me just tell you what. Don't go live on Instagram. Actually, I love talking to you guys on Instagram. I feel like these conversations are actually really great. But Instagram is not the spot to be, like, live streaming on. You know what I'm saying? Because Instagram is just, like... Instagram is a spot you go to just to scroll and just be, like, chilling. So there's probably, like, 1,000 people who get on this live stream. But a lot of y'all... We'll dip up out of here. Yeah, if you're going to star wipe, only star wipe. You know what I'm saying? Justin, like, that's the key. Like, if you're going to stick to something, stick to the standard. You know what I mean? Star wipes only, or if you're going to do boxes or heart wipes or whatever, do that only. You know what I'm saying? And lock in on that. What's up, Sam? Tyler, what's up, Jeremy? Good to see you guys. Summit, what's up, my boys? See, that's the thing. A lot of people jump on here and they jump right off because it's kind of like we're on a FaceTime call. It's a very, like, face-to-face FaceTime call. You're like, yo, what is bro doing on my phone? You know what I mean? Especially if you're, like, up this close. What is bro doing so close on my phone? Well, if you want to pull up on the YouTube, it feels a little bit more official. It feels a little bit better on here. Anyways, I'm dropping a lot of new... wait a second. I'm coming to the YouTube live. Yeah, go to the YouTube. Everyone go to the YouTube chat. Pull up on the YouTube. Link in bio. YouTube and Twitch is on there, so you guys can pull up on there. Easy money, nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? Is this your new 11 mil? Yes, we got the 11 mil. I had this dinker. I had this dinker lens. Oh, Jared texted me. I had this dinker... Oh, that's funny. I had this little dinky lens. It's a 3.5 to 5.6. It's like the one that came with like my Sony EV110. Dude, the Sony EV110, low-key chat, should I give it away? Oh, I think we should do a giveaway. I did pay like $800 for it. Where is opposite ever. Oh, awkward. Um, yeah. Tell Jared. Yeah. I did. What am I saying? Dang it! I need to give away a camera. Anyways, I'm using the 11 mil on YouTube. How do you get volunteers passionate about running Pro Presenter? You set clear standards, direction. Here's how we do what we do. Here's how you win. Here's how you don't win, and you keep them locked in. We really need a call after this. So many things we can do. I know, Vortex. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna give you the keys to the kingdom. You just go cook. Yo, Sam, what's up? Aaron, what's up? My boy on YouTube. What's up, guys? I'm pumped y'all are on YouTube. Yo, YouTube is the spot to be, I think, in my professional opinion. My opinion ain't even that professional. How you get volunteers passionate about anything. I think the goal, like, in order to get anybody excited and passionate about anything, it's like, why would you get excited and passionate? What would make you excited and passionate to do any role on your team? You know what I mean? It needs to have a purpose. It needs to have clear instruction, direction. You can't just give someone the keys and be like, here, make this thing up. It's up to you. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the day, like, you got to be able to give, yo, Jess from Instagram, let's go, baby. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all sub on the YouTube. But like I said, you gotta give people direction, vision, and mission at the end of the day for any position, because I'm gonna get bored if I'm just running lyrics. You gotta consistently remind people why they're running lyrics, why the lyrics matter, the timing of the lyrics, and you can't let the standards slip, because if you let the standards slip, then people are gonna end up doing whatever they want to do. Whatever they want to do, they gotta know that running lyrics is a critical part. Running Pro Presenter is a critical part of like the weekend experience, and you got to like tie all those things together. That's where like being a leader and vision casting comes into play, and it's very, very important. My health is great. My health is fantastic, bro. I was at the gym this morning. I shaved 14 seconds off my mile time from yesterday. I'm trying to get a sub 7-minute mile. I'm feeling wonderful. Thanks for asking. But anyways, does that make sense though? Like, you gotta, no matter what you do, you gotta put context and vision and mission to tie everything together. I think, again, that's a leader's job. I would spend more time during the week thinking through, how can I as a leader, like, build vision, build culture, build my team, which actually I just dropped some videos on my Instagram on my subscription. So if you subscribe, I got some dope videos for you guys on there. It's only $5 a month. The heck, bro, for some free knowledge. But those are only up there for a limited time, and I'm pulling them down, because I ain't doing all that. Okay. I've been, it makes sense. I've been doing some of that, and I will continue to step on the gas with that. Great. Yeah, there's two kinds of leaders, right? There's two kinds of like executors. You got to have somebody from a technical standpoint. You got to have somebody from a leadership standpoint. I think that's really important. So, okay. It's almost 2:00. We've been live. There's no way we've been live for 13 minutes. That's it. What time is it? I've been live for like an hour. Chat, how long have we been live streaming for? Oh yeah, almost an hour. Think we cut it at an hour. What do you guys think? You think we cut this at an hour? I don't know. Maybe we cut this at an hour. What do you guys think? Yo, Caden, what's up, my boy? Hope y'all are you out there in Purdue right now? You're watching from India. That's so dope that y'all pull up from all over the world, man. That's really dope. I love it. I love seeing you guys pull up from all over the place. If you guys have any production questions, let me know. Do you provide any courses? Jesh, I'm working on some production courses right now. I'm putting things together. I'm recording content every single day. I'm writing content. I'm starting to drop some of it on my Instagram, like for my subscription. So if you subscribe to my Instagram, there is content that is getting dropped on there on a regular basis. I've got a plan, and then eventually I'll probably move it off of Instagram to like a more official platform. But I want to be able to create like a production playbook, if you will, kind of thing, you know, like a course that really teaches you, okay, how do I do this production thing? Where do I start? What do I do? How do I get into it? Because again, like, you know, it's a very wide road, and there's a lot of people who speak into different things. And I just want to make sure that I give you guys the sauce, the secret sauce, if you will. What's up, C? Good to see you. Double C, CNC. I'm getting hungry. Any of y'all want to eat lunch? What are we eating for lunch today, chat? I'm hungry, boy. But anyways, yeah, that's where I have everything right now. I need to make like Vortex. I need to make like a dag what's it called? I need to make like a course, Patreon or something like that. Nope, not an OnlyFans. No, that's not what I said. I didn't say that. Y'all are tripping. Shep, thanks for the knowledge from Rwanda. Let's go, Aziz. I love that from Rwanda, dude. Do you use capture cards? Yeah. I have an Elgato capture card right here. actually. Also, guys, this live will be available on YouTube, so if you want to go check it out in post, you can go check it out on YouTube. Make sure you guys like and comment on that as well if it is helpful. Hopefully, I just try to keep this thing real, man. I just try to keep this thing, like, I think at the end of the day, if you watch one of those live streams, you watch anything on there, you'll be like, okay, this is dope, man. This is a lot of fun, and this is helpful. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the key, man. I just want to be helpful at the end of the day. So even going live on here for a couple of minutes is always fun. I want to stream different pages at the same time. Currently using Caster. Is there any other software stream I can use? You could use Restream. That's what I'm currently using right now to stream from OBS to Restream, and that's hitting YouTube and Twitch. And so I think you can add, it's all subscription based, so you can add whatever, streaming platform that you want on there. So yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So are you still at Elevation? No, currently not. I've been off staff at Elevation for about 4 months now, but still attending and serving. I'm actually going to coffee. I'm going to coffee tomorrow morning with one of the production directors to just continue to have a conversation about serving and being a part of the team. Because at the end of the day, bro, I just want to serve. You know what I mean? That's where my heart's at, is to serve the local church. So whether I live here in Charlotte or any other city, I want to be a part of serving the local church and being a part and plugged in. I can't just be sitting on here telling y'all how to do production and not actually contributing to the thing myself. That's hypocritical. I guess not really. I mean, some people do that. A lot of people do that. But at the end of the day, like, I want to continue to make things happen. That's why I love Elevation. I grew up in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, this is home for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't like, it's not like I moved here to be, well, actually, fun fact, I did move here from Houston to be a part of the Elevation Church staff 3 years ago, and was on staff for 3 years, and then moved back. Or I guess here I am. I didn't move back anywhere, but here I am in Charlotte, still a part of the church, and still making things happen. So, but we're full-time freelance, full-time working with other churches. So if you have any projects you have coming up, whether you want us to work, whether you want to bring me out as a coach, as a mentor to look at your stuff or whatever it is, I'm definitely down to do it. Some people were asking me about like international stuff. Yeah, bro, I'm down. Let's talk about it. Snag up the passport, pull up for a couple days, and make a trip out of it. So Brandon said, I'm currently the only creative production worship staff member at my church right now. What is some advice you have to building our production department when there's no other staff? Brandon, great question. Contracting is going to be your best friend, brother. Like, I would just continue to contract people while I raise people up within the church, right? So you contract people, and then you use those contractors to train staff. Boom. That's the formula. Sorry, I just dropped $1,000 knowledge on you. Boom. That's the formula, Brandon. Please, I'm very new. I want to make a career in media production like you in Christ. Brother, you just got to serve. At the end of the day, serve the church. Take every opportunity. Work your butt off. Ask for opportunities. Don't just wait for them to come to you. And even if they're free, work for free. If it's for free, at the end of the day, you got to continue to get the experience that you need. I just posted on a reel the other day. I used to drive like 5 hours in total to produce events for free. And just because I wanted exposure, I wanted to be challenged, I wanted to grow. And I think at the end of the day, like, you got to kind of have that drive, that grit inside of you to be able to build something and go after what you want to go after. My brother's doing a tour at Jordan Feliz. They might want you on it. Yeah, hit me up, Zion. Call me. Tell them to DM me or shoot me an email. I need to be able to onboard some people on my team for sound, but I don't consider myself highly skilled in this area. What are resources you suggest? I did some MXU courses, but that's been a blank. I would contract professionals to come train, teach, and to lay a foundation on your console. So what they can do is they can come in and they can create a start file that your team always starts with every single Sunday, just to make things a little bit easier. They can tune the PA. They can help train volunteers. But I would contract a professional to train your volunteers. That's what I would do. How do you grow your team that you work with at church, and how do you deal with conflict too? Make sure that as they serve God, it's not in vain. That's great. Growing your team. I just dropped a video about that on my Instagram subscription. So if you go subscribe, I got 5 ways that you can do that on my Instagram. So go ahead and sub. It's like $5, super cheap. And I got some bangers on you for you to continue to build and grow and learn. How do you deal with conflict? You got to have straightforward conversations. You got to pull people right away. Don't let conflict simmer. Don't let people be mad and upset over nothing. Just simmer on your team. Nah, hit that stuff head on. You're the leader. You set the tone. You set the direction of your team. So if you need to have hard conversations, do it. Practice those things. Look at hard conversations as an opportunity for you to grow. Hopped over from Insta to YouTube views. Well, YouTube looks fantastic. Chat, look, we're on YouTube right now. Look how good the YouTube looks. We got the FX30 with the 11 millimeter lens. This in Instagram is, I got all the people on Instagram. That's the thing. I'm sending the people to YouTube because YouTube's where it's at. We got most of the people pulled up on YouTube. I think I'm gonna do these lives a lot more often. But we just pull people from Instagram. We send them to YouTube. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, bet Zion. I appreciate that. We'll chat it up. How do you get on this path, man? It's been a long. I've been doing production technically since I was 12 years old, but professionally since I was 18. I'm 29, so 11 years now. And there's levels to it, right? Like, you got to start with where you're at. You got to work hard where you're at. You got to ask questions from your supervisors, your bosses. How do I continue to learn? How do I continue to grow? How do I continue to take weight off of my leaders in order for me to level up, in order for them to level up? I think it's a big thing we mistake is we want to like always figure out how do I get better? But I think one of the ways that we can get better is by making our leaders better and giving them more opportunity to do more and taking more off of their plate. The more you can take off of their plate, the more that they're able to think and have a greater capacity to like have vision, mission, direction, all those things. So I think one of the best ways that you can grow yourself is by helping other people realize their full potential. I remember when I first took over or first started working at Elevation Valentine in broadcast, Andy Bentley was the broadcast engineer. And I was so excited to work for him because he was doing a lot of things, which is normal, right? It's normal that you're doing a ton, but I was excited to be able to take a lot of the weight off of the things that he had to do. I was like, yo, Andy's going to be able to have so much more free time and creativity to come up with better ideas and designs and plans and vision and all that kind of stuff. I was excited to do that for him because there were things that I could do that I could take off of his plate. And so I think if you want to grow, look around at your leadership and the people that are around you and take things off of people's plates. And that's going to help you grow. Everybody going to eat. You know what I'm saying? They can eat more and you can eat more too. But then also too, you got to be careful because at the same time, you got to be real with it where you're at because you can't just be taking everything off of everybody else's plates and killing yourself. But you got to take things off of people's plates that you know that you can do, that other people don't have to do. Dang, I'll make a video about that. I think that's actually a really, how do I grow? How do you grow as a production person? How do you grow? You get your boss coffee. That's what you do. And you're nice. Can you say that again? No, it's over on my YouTube. Pull up on the YouTube. It'll be up on YouTube. I'll keep it on there for you. I will keep it up on YouTube for you guys. Our church uses Blackmagic cameras in a sort of large gymnasium. What lens do you recommend? Any of the Canon C&E lenses are fantastic. What size sensor is your Blackmagic camera? Because again, that's going to cut down on the amount of light that can come into your camera. So you just need to make sure that you have plenty of light coming in. But I think if you get any of the Canon C&E lenses, Fuji lenses, those are really, really great lenses. DZO has a couple of really great lenses as well that you can check out. They have like a 65 to 250 Lad Pro. My boy Drake Kelch just dropped a video about the DZO 65 to 250 with a Mauve Cam remote control box that's on it, so you can control it with your Zoom controls and all that jazz. So again, another really cool way to be able to do that. Did you visit India for prayer meetings? I have never done that, but I'm down to visit India. Got to eat some good food, hang out with some good people, always. Anyways, let's see. Our church is trying to improve live stream recording, especially on the area of cameras. What would you say the most essential camera positions? I mean, the number one most important camera position is camera one. You know what I mean? That's so important to be able to track and follow your pastor. I would spend more money on camera one because of the lens, the tripod, and the actual camera body itself to make sure that is a top tier camera. And then I would start building out your camera two, your support camera. I would probably try to put that on a dolly if you can. Whether that is renting a Fisher dolly or whether that is purchasing a rhythm track or a Jito Pro track or something like that. But I think having camera 2 on a dolly is really great. And then, 3 and 4 on easy rigs on stage, on the floor, and then be able to put them on tripods for the sermon, I think is also really, really helpful too. But yeah, if you're trying to improve your live stream recording, you just want to make sure that you have really great cameras recorded, those Tango zooms. That's what I'm talking about, Justin. Justin knows about those Tango zooms. But if you're talking about if you're trying to improve recording as well, I would Softron is a great software to be able to record the HyperDecks, the new like Blackmagic HyperDecks are great to be able to record. There's a lot of really great options on there too. So, okay, I'm going to jump the heck off of here. I love you guys. We've been live for an hour. If you want to go back and watch the live stream, go to the YouTube. You can go to what is it? YouTube.com/Shep. Its link is in my bio, so you guys can pull up on YouTube as well. And all that stuff is on there. And so, yeah, Abish, I got you. Anyways, so appreciate y'all. We'll be back on here tomorrow. If you got questions, shoot me a DM or whatever, and we can chat some more, or we'll go on YouTube and have some more conversations. But appreciate y'all. Thanks for pulling up on the live, and we'll do this again probably tomorrow. Let's go. YouTube, we're still here. It's because you guys are beautiful, and I love you so much. I love my YouTube community and my Twitch community. Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that, Brandon. Hey, if y'all aren't already subscribed to the Instagram, I'm dropping a couple more like really helpful videos on Instagram and just trying to like clip things out. I'll probably clip some of the stuff out. You guys ask really great questions. I just need to go back and watch these live streams and clip them. Actually, Vortex, if you're there, I need you to do that. I'm going to hire you to do that crap, is just to come back and clip these live streams and post videos so that way I can put them on YouTube Shorts and on my Instagram subscriptions. Anyways, love y'all. Peace out. Home Scout. Watch this. This is how I'm going to end.